Okay, so first things first, it's completely unrelated to the video. I got my hair did. I like it. I really like it. Yeah, okay, anyway, that's out of the way. Point number 2 that has nothing to do with the video. I'm on my iPhone because my MacBook is a little too bulky for the movement I want, and that's what I have previously been using because I don't know where my handheld video recorder is, and I don't have the charger for it, even if I did know where it is. So, okay, those out of the way. I just kind of want to talk a bit about how to care for your betta, because pet shops make me mad and sad about how they keep their bettas. Bettas, like any other fish, need room to swim around. So these little less than half a gallon betta bowls that they sell aren't really cutting it, and they're a lot more work than if you were to just get a bigger tank. The minimum for them is 3 gallons. It needs to be heated at least. Filtration is kind of up to you, but their water temperature needs to be between 78 and 82 degrees. And so where I live, I need a heater because it's not going to stay that temperature without one. I like having a filter because you don't have to do water changes as often. I do a water change once a week. And that's also because I have a 5-gallon tank. So let me show you my tank. If I can turn it. Alright, this is my tank. As I said, it is 5 gallons. This thing right here is called an Indian almond leaf. It releases tannins, which is really good for them, so I got it. Oh, there he is. Let me see if I can get his attention. Yeah. Okay. Can you see him? I can't tell. He's over by the leaf. There he is. Yay! Okay, so this is my betta. His name is Spider-Man. He's a little stress-striped right now because I just did a water change, and usually when I do water changes, it takes him like a day or two to calm down. I don't know why. I think he's a little high-strung. But his fins aren't clamped or anything like that, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, so that's my tank. He has plenty of room to swim around. I personally liked it planted. My betta likes to hang around in the plants, so I have some plants in there for him. The heater, I don't know if you can see, I stuck it in the back, hid it so you don't have to see it, and then obviously it came with a filter. And so, yeah, you saw my betta, and if you're thinking, wow, he's really little, yeah, it's because I bought him in April, and he was marked as a baby betta, because at some pet shops they sell them where they're real little now, and I thought that was real neat, and I wanted one so he could grow up with me, because if you take proper care of them, they can live up to 6 years, but usually it's only 3, because when you buy them grown, they're already about a year old, so you get 2 more years out of them before they kind of kick it. So I think, because Petco didn't know how old he was, that's where I got mine from. I don't know if anywhere else sells baby bettas. So I think he's about 3 or 4 months old right now, and he's great. Their diet needs to be, has to have a variety, well, not has to, but should have a variety just because it's better for them. I can show you right now, I have pellets that I just bought when I bought him. They have specific betta pellets that I didn't know about at the time, so I'm going to get through these and then get the specific betta pellets, but I try not to rely on these because my little guy is prone to bloating, and bloating can lead to swim bladder, and if you can't get that under control, it can lead to dropsy, and dropsy is really hard to cure, and it usually kills a fish. So, yeah, I try not to rely on the pellets. I have frozen food, which I just pick a little bit off because their tummies are only as big as an eye, one of their eyes. So I like pick a little bit of it off, I let it thaw in some tank water, and then I put it into the tank and it eats it all up. And I'm in the process of getting some brine shrimp, getting like a little hatchery going so he can have some form of live food, give him, the thrill of the hunt. 'Cause that's what they do in the wild. Nobody gives them pellets in the wild. So, let him pretend to be a wild fish. You can also, feed them mosquito larvae. I just haven't had any luck getting that because that's kind of free. You don't have to buy stuff. I just haven't had luck with that, so I'm going to try the brine shrimp route. Bettas also like bloodworms and this stuff called daphnia. I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not really certain. But daphnia, the best way to describe that, I think, is like a water flea, I think. And anyway, it's real good for them. It's like a natural laxative. So if your beta has any constipation issues or even some swim bladder issues, giving them daphnia every once in a while is gonna fix that. So yeah, it's just kind of a quick tip taking care of your beta thing. One last note here, if you do get one of the little beta bowls, please make sure it is, 1, the right temperature, because that affects the lifespan of the beta. If it is too cold, they don't do good, and if it's too hot, they don't do good. Secondly, I'm not going to pull this out because it's a big invest, no matter what you have, invest in a testing kit, not strips. A kit, because strips are inaccurate, and so that's easier to see if you have any ammonia or how high your pH is or all the stuff that goes in. That's a way to check and make sure your stuff is good. I should probably check mine more often, but I usually only check it if I think something might be up. So yeah, that's kind of bad on my part. But yeah, make sure your little thing is heated to the correct temperature and test strips, because with a tiny little bowl, you're going to have to do a water change once or twice a day. You don't need to let it sit because ammonia builds up like that and your fish will die because ammonia poisoning suffocates them, pretty much. Made me think of something else. Bettas are labyrinth breathers. That means they come to the surface and get some air because they have like this quasi-lung thing. But they have the ability to go up and get air. And so, do you need space at the top of your tank for them to do that? Because if not, if you have like, I know there are some tanks, I don't know what kind they are, where they have like plants at the top of them. Usually vases. I've seen this done with vases. If they can't get to the surface to get air, they drown. Which is weird because you're a fish. You're in water, you have gills. But that's just not how the beta rolls. The beta needs air. So please, keep that open. Keep it heated. Keep up with your water changes. That's pretty it, and then you'll be okay. No matter what setup you got. Those 3 things right there. Heated, water changes, air. You're good. Gonna be good. So let me consult my notes here. Yeah, I think I hit all the points I wanted to hit. So just main thing is just make sure you have a big enough tank. Because betas, like any other pet, needs to be treated right. You just don't need to leave them in these little things. Because you wouldn't like that. You wouldn't like being in a space where you have just enough room to turn around. You're just looking at the walls all day. No, get some stuff in there. Let them swim through some things. So yeah, that's it. Treat your bettas right, people.